I'm Jenni Carlson here with Barry Tramel. We're at Big 12 Media Days in Dallas. Day one, Oklahoma State among the 5 teams here for the first day. And Barry, let's talk about the Cowboys for a second. Not the powerhouse team here, as Baylor was here today, but I think a lot of people curious about how the Cowboys will be this year after, losing so many seniors. What was the most interesting thing you heard about the Cowboys today?
Well, it was sort of non-personnel related in terms of a not good news summer for the Cowboys. Devin Thomas's legal trouble. He's off the team for the 2014 season. Also, Mike Gundy talking about having to do away with a practice day because of low APR ratings. Mike basically said it's going to cost the Cowboys about an hour and 15 minutes a week from their standard operating. Probably do away with any Sunday activity. They've been meeting on Sundays in recent years. So just a lot of talk about that kind of thing. Really sort of overshadowed the talk about who's going to quarterback J.W. Walsh and how they're going to find any linebackers or safeties, which are the big question marks for this team.
Well, and you mentioned J.W. Walsh, and Mike Gundy was asked explicitly, who is your starting quarterback for the Florida State game? He refused to answer, and yet in a conversation that we had with Kevin Peterson during the afternoon session, he basically said this is going to be J.W. Walsh's first big start as the guy. So I think this may be the worst-kept secret is J.W. Walsh is the starting quarterback.
Yeah, I think it is. I think J.W. is not the prototypical quarterback the Cowboys would want. I think Mason Rudolph is, but Mason Rudolph is a true freshman. J.W. Walsh has quarterbacked a ton of games. He'll now be a fourth-year junior. He's had some big games, had some games where he didn't play as well, but he's an unquestionable leader. He is the leader of this team. I think this is his football team. Doesn't mean he'll keep the job the entire year, but it is his job to lose.
Yeah, definitely so. Well, let's transition a little bit to some of the other things that we heard today, and I think prime among them would be what we started with, which was Bob Bowlesby, the commissioner of the Big 12, and his state of the conference comments to begin Big 12 Media Day. And Barry did not paint a sunny picture for a lot of things, everything from the NCAA to cheating to just all sorts of things.
Yeah, Bob Bowlesby basically says the college landscape is going to change, and maybe not for the better. He's very fearful of the lawsuits that are coming down, could change the financial structure. Bob Bowlesby predicting that some men's Olympic sports will be cut at many schools. Also says that the NCAA enforcement division is broken and that cheating now pays. So Bob painted a pretty bleak picture of the current landscape of college athletics.
Yeah, he really took a hammer to the NCAA pretty good, saying that the enforcement committee hasn't essentially met to hand down any infractions in a year, which I think he said to you afterwards that they're still working, right?
Right, they're working. They just really haven't gotten anything accomplished in a year. Mm-hmm. And what he basically means is people are still cheating. They're just not being policed.
Yeah, definitely some interesting stuff from Bob Bowlesby. Well, we'll be here for day 2 tomorrow as Oklahoma, Texas among the schools that we'll see in day 2. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.